What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Pro Winston here. Alex has not been on my YouTube in forever. So let me introduce ARG, one of the finest team members on the team, to the Pro Winston Show. So Alex, how did you do this weekend?
Well, first I have to go. What's up, boys and girls? It's tea time.
Of course.
Today I lost my feature match, and then I got manhandled by a hero deck, and then I came all the way back only to lose the final round, and I lost because I made a bad read on a back row. And had I made the right read, I won right there. And I read it as something else, and it wasn't so bad. And then I dark hold, and I left him top decking, and he top decked exact game, and I was bad. But
You did an interview.
I did.
With who?
I did it with two people. I did one for Konami, and I did one for a local newspaper. So,
Do you feel like your interview will inspire duelists around the world
I
that
hope so.
looks at it or reads it or whatever?
well, one of the things I wanted to, what I said in there was that I would rather. My favorite part of the game is creativity, and then I'd rather lose with my own deck than win with the deck that I copied.
So what deck did you play today?
I played Monster Mash Windups. It's the same deck I played in Atlanta. In Atlanta, I went 9-2 and did not top. Here today, I should have gone 10-2 and top. My own mistake kept me out of that. So, I still think it's the best deck if you really think about it. Especially because I'm playing my deck consistently doing that well into a sea of 4,000 people and into a sea of 1,300 people. And like I'm just one guy, and I'm just testing it on my own. And if a lot of people were testing that same deck, who knows how well it could be. It was represented by one guy, and it kept on doing that. Rabbit is represented by thousands of people here today.
Of course.
Same thing with a bunch of other decks, regular windups and stuff. So when you're innovative with a deck, you can't necessarily say that it's not a good deck just based on the fact that it hasn't always been winning, because it's been used by one guy. So I don't know.
How do you feel about heroes today?
I think they were my pick to win it. If my deck didn't win, I didn't choose to play them because I felt I had an inadequate amount of time testing them. Though I was testing them a lot. I think Mass Change is ridiculous. I think some of the new heroes that are out are just awesome. Even if you're not using them, skill drain and whatnot give you huge advantage over the meta. Super Poly's great over Rabbit. They have a decent matchup with Windups, not the best matchup, but I think that's probably the worst matchup. They have a great matchup with Injectors, and they pretty much can outplay the general decks. So I think they're a very good deck.
So when you and your team was playtesting in a hotel, did y'all feel like there was any one deck to be afraid of as a whole?
First of all, the thing you should know about Ultra Reality is, unlike Channel Fireball's team or anything like that, we don't all play the same deck. We're always disagreeing, and we always play something totally different. Patrick played Rabbit. Frazier, I can't remember. I think he went with Rabbit too. Alistair played Injectors. Billy played Standard Windups. Billy Break Windup, I'll say. I played my Monster Mash thing. Joe is playing Heroes. So, complete array of decks. Same thing happened in Atlanta. We never agree. So, especially because the way the format is, it's rock, paper, scissors, we'll be beating each other. Plus, I don't usually play with them as much the day before and whatnot, just because they want to get in regular testing, and I'd rather just play with people online or whatnot, because I understand that my decks aren't going to beat the meta, so it's not really fair to them.
When we talk about the meta, and we see all these people from around the world who traveled here, some of the Europeans came, like Luke Leonard. Why didn't they do well?
I wouldn't say that they didn't. I got to play Merlin in round, I want to say 10. And he was playing some really cool cards that caught me off guard. He was playing Black Horn of Heaven, that caught me off guard. Compulsory Evacuation Device in the main caught me off guard. So those are really cool. I think Compulsory is one of the best cards right now. A lot of people would disagree with me, but I think it's just incredible. Black Horn of Heaven was pretty good. It got me a couple times. Same thing with Satoshi, when he was trying to play, when he was trying out his windup deck, I don't think he won with windups though, but he was playing Divine Wrath and stuff. So they have very different decks, different tech cards. Sometimes they work out really well, sometimes they don't. But as you've seen in the past with Europeans coming over and just winning YCSs, or Shonen Jumps at the time, or Satoshi who came over and won Nashville, they can be just as effective. And when they win, they really win. So,
what do you feel about all the big name players getting knocked out earlier in the top 64, like Caesar, Barrett Keys? Barrett Keys, I believe, deserves a trophy, and it needs to be soon.
Right.
But how do you feel about them like coming back? Well, Caesar coming back and Barrett just staying consistent.
He did a great job today. It was pretty impressive. I will say though that like, as far as good players losing early,
should they expect it? I'm trying to get
you
to.
You can't expect it. Good players should be able to do just as well as everyone else. But again, you have to understand that once they get in that single elimination situation, they can lose just like everyone else. They're only human. And a lot of people who go into play against really good people are really, really nervous, and they think that they just can't beat them, and they psych themselves out. But they can lose just like everyone else. But the other thing to remember is that a big name player going into that event, everyone knows what they're playing. There's no, like, they're not gonna like be able to skate under the radar and like immediately your opponent knows exactly what you're playing, all of your tech cards, etc. So you can't really sneak in and beat them like without them knowing what you're about to do. So they have an inherent advantage against the good players. So.
All right.
I see that sometimes. So.
Do you believe that in the, Chicago and Texas and Philly and the one that's happening in Tulsa, we will see any creative new ideas? Because we saw Chamberlain at the top, we saw Light Swans and Sabers.